Hello there, welcome to Lunchtime News here on News First, where the people come first. You're joining me, Naveksha Gunasekara. We start off by taking a look at your headlines.
Professionals launch a Black Week in Sri Lanka. GMOA warns it would complain to the World Health Organization for failure to address the medicine shortage. Accepting of postal voting applications ends today. Advanced level examination commences with additional 10 minutes for essay question paper. Air quality in India's capital Delhi plunges.
In your top story, Sri Lankan professionals continue to oppose the government's unjust tax regime and the failure to address the medicine shortage that is crippling the health sector by the day. The Government Medical Officers Association decided to declare the period from today to the 27th as a Black Protest Week against the conduct of the government. Trade unions from many fields have joined together.
The Government Medical Officers Association signed a public petition opposite the Colombo National Hospital against the shortage of medicine, the rising cost of living and the government's arbitrary tax policy. The GMOA announced that it will fight on a broad front to solve the drug crisis in the country.
රෝහලේ වාට්ටුවට ගියත් රෝහලේ OPD එකට ආවත් රෝහලේ සායනයට ගියත් අපිට බලන්න වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
If we go to the hospital ward or the clinic or even the OPD, we only see the tears of the patients. As doctors, we can only add our tears to that. Even the National Hospital is facing a medicine shortage. There is a severe insulin shortage at the National Hospital. We are not talking of the Mullativ or Kilinochchi hospitals. It is the National Hospital. We are walking towards anarchy. We have presented 10 proposals in this regard. It's been 6 months now. The officials make no effort to implement the proposals. If they are being ignorant as the GMOA, we will take this problem to the international community. We have drafted a complaint to the WHO.
අපි තීරණය කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ අනුව මේ වෙනකොට සකස් කරලා තියෙනවා ලෝක සෞඛ්‍ය සංවිධානයට මේ සම්බන්ධ වෙන පැමිණිල්ලක්.
The patients at the Colombo National Hospital have been severely inconvenienced owing to the drug shortage.
My mother has been in hospital for 22 days. The glucometer strip, which was 5 rupees, is now 1052 rupees. The injection kit that were bought for 400 rupees have become 2800 rupees today. We can't afford this. We had to bring 25,000 rupees worth of medicine. Nothing is available here.
Minor staff across hospitals in Sri Lanka went on strike on Monday against the government's arbitrary tax regime and the failure to address the medicine shortage. The minor staff attached to the Colombo Teaching Hospital supported the strike. They stepped away from their duties and protested opposite the hospital premises, demanding a solution to the issues. We will launch an island-wide program demanding solutions to the issue. The price of everything has increased. The staff at the Ragama Teaching Hospital also engaged in a protest demanding immediate solutions to the issues in the health sector. The staff at the Kegal General Hospital also supported the trade union action against the government's arbitrary tax regime and the failure to address the medicine shortage.
රාජ්‍ය සේවකයෝ විදිහට මේ වෙනකොට වසර ගණනාවකින්වත් අපේ වැටුප් වැඩි කරලා නැහැ. ඒ වුණාට අපි ණය ගත්තේ වගේ පොලි දෙතුන් ගුණයකින් වැඩි කරලා තියෙනවා. අපි හාල් සේරුව රුපියල් 60ට ගත්ත හාල් සේරුව දැන් අපිට රුපියල් 180ට 200ට 210ට ගන්න වෙලා තියෙනවා. බඩු මිල දරන්න බැරි තරමට ඉහළ ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
The Ceylon Bank Employees Union reported to work dressed in today against the decision to levy excessive taxes from 6% to 36% for monthly incomes exceeding 100,000 rupees.
We are expressing our displeasure over the income tax that has been levied. So we have discussed with several other trade unions and decided to launch the Black Week today. We demand this unfair tax to be exempted from the bank employees. We must pay a tax on the income we earn. There is no problem with that. But there must be a fair tax base for it. We don't have any faith as to how the government will use our tax money. We are telling the government to implement a program to strengthen the economy going forward and implement a fair tax policy.
The members of the Ceylon Bank Employees Union in the Gold District also reported to work dressed in black today.
The salary of the bank employees are based on mutual agreement. Under the labour law, there is no chance for our salaries to be revised until the agreement ends. We do not approve this move to impose taxes on our salaries.
The 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination commenced on Monday. Commissioner General of Examination Amit Jayasundara, speaking to Newsfirst, said a decision was made to award an additional 10 minutes for the essay question paper. The stipulated time for the essay question paper is 3 hours. 331,709 candidates will sit for the 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination. 278,196 of them are school students and the remaining 53,513 candidates are private applicants. In addition, 263 candidates with special needs will also sit for the examination. 25,151 invigilators will be assigned to supervise the examination across 2,200 examination centres. The 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination will end on the 17th of February 2023. Students sitting for the examination on the opening day were seen making their way to the respective examination centres on Monday morning.
ඒරල් කරන්න ආපු අවුරුදු දෙකමාරට ගොඩක් බාධක ආවා අපිට ආපු බාධකත් එක්ක මාර්ග තාක්ෂණය ඔස්සේ සහ වෙනත් ක්‍රම විදියට අපි මේ අධ්‍යාපන කටයුතු හැදෑරුවා.
Director General of the National Transport Commission, Nilan Miranda, speaking to Newsfirst, said that a special transportation program is in place for the 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination. Deputy Superintendent of Sri Lanka Railways, NJ Indipolage, speaking to Newsfirst, said that 16 additional trains will be in operation from Monday. Police spokesperson SSP Nihal Taldu, speaking to Newsfirst, said that 1,625 police officers were deployed for security for the 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination. The Ceylon Electricity Board said that it cannot make amends to the daily power cut schedule even during the period of the 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination. Chairman of the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka, Janaka Ratnaik, however, said that there is no reason to turn down the request made to minimize the power outages during the examination period.
දැන් තියෙන තත්ත්වය යටතේ දරුවන් කලකිරීමට පත්වල සිටිනවා මේ යන තත්ත්වෙත් එක්ක විශේෂයෙන්ම අද විදුලි බලය කපනවා කියන කතාවකුත් තියෙනවා. ඇත්තටම ඇයි දරුවන් ගැන නොහිතන්නේ කියන ප්‍රශ්නයක් අපිටත් තියෙනවා.
The National Election Commission has requested candidates to ensure their election campaigns do not disturb the 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination.
Sri Lanka's election headquarters.
Applications for postal voting for the upcoming local government election will not be accepted after today. The National Election Commission said that applicants can forward applications for postal voting on Monday as well. Applications for postal voting can be submitted to the closest National Election Commission office of the respective area. In addition, postal voting applicants residing anywhere in the country can directly hand over the application to the National Election Commission in Rajagiriya. A senior official at the National Election Commission said that the applicants will be directed to the election office without delay. All political parties and independent groups that will contest the local government election have been instructed to appear at the National Election Commission on Tuesday. This is the first time the National Election Commission will meet with political parties and independent groups after announcing the date for the election. All parties will be informed about the election process at this meeting. Chairman of the United National Party Vajira Abewardena says that this is not an appropriate time to hold an election.
Elections are not being held at an appropriate time. We are disappointed about that. The election is not important for the people of this country. Their problems remain unresolved. If you consider the state employees, their allowances are being taxed. I think it's more important to scrap this election and use that money to exempt those taxes. The public sector has also collapsed. The tourists are expected to come by February or April. If they hold the election at a time like that, the tourism industry will once again have to suffer. After struggling for 3 years, the industry may collapse once again. The country is destroyed once more. It is your future that is being destroyed.
National Executive Member of the NPP, Namal Karunaratne, says that the government is using various tactics to postpone the election.
The government is using various tactics to postpone the election. The people are finding it difficult to survive. They are facing many problems. The situation doesn't seem to be changing either. That is exactly why we need an election. If the rulers cannot even allocate the funds for an election, what's the use of them being there? The path must be paved for a government that can rebuild the country and make a change. No matter how many tricks you pull, you cannot play for too long. We will not pity those who ruined our country. You will face the reality on the 9th of March.
We have an opportunity to end the most corrupt regime that has led to the crisis in this country for 75 years. The day they've chosen to hold the election is also historical. 9th is an unlucky day for that regime, but it is a lucky day for the people of this country. March 9th is the day when the first stage of the journey to establish a people-centric government with a people's mandate.
අතිශයින්ම වාසනාවන්ත දවසක්. මාර්තු 9 කියන්නේ ජනතාවාදී තමන් තෝරගත්ත පාලනයක් පිහිටුවීමේ ගමනේ පළමුවෙනි අඩිය තියෙන දවස.
A group including Hirunika Premachandra visited Golface Green today to inquire into the preparations for the Independence Day celebrations, which costs 200 million rupees.
This group, including national organizer of the Samagi Vanitha Balavega, Hirunika Premachandra, protested against the constructions for the Independence Day celebrations at Golface Green by wearing black bands.
පෙබරවාරි 4 වෙනිදා නිදහස් උත්සවය සමරන්න නියමිත ස්ථානයේ අපි මේ ඉන්නේ. මෙතන ලොකුවට මේ කැනපි ගහලා මේ වගේ වේදිකාවල් තනලා මේ විදිහට ඉතාමත් මහන්සි වෙලා පෙබරවාරි 4 වෙනිදා තියෙන නිදහස්
We're here where the Independence Day celebrations are scheduled to take place. They've built a stage and erected canopies and preparing for this ceremony. I request the people of this country to come and protest against this with a black flag or by tying a black band. Oppose this move. The people of this country are suffering. Ranil Rajapaksa and his Rajapaksa regime is planning to stay in this shady area, close down the roads for a few hours and enjoy these parades. The police officers and the tri-forces are struggling in the sun practicing for this ceremony. Come here and protest. 200 million rupees is a big amount.
The police arrived at the protest site and asked the protesters to leave. While being obstructed by the police, the protesters, including Hirunika Premachandra, went to the other side of the road and continued their protest. The police obstructed the protesters once again.
එහිදී අලිත් වරක් පොලිසිය විරෝධතාකරුවන්ට බාධා කළා.
Reports of rice plants turning yellow are being reported from multiple areas in the country. Sri Lanka's Agriculture Ministry said that 10% of the total rice cultivation for the Maha season was destroyed by this disease.
These are the paddy lands cultivated under the Mahakandarava movement in Anuradhapura. Farmers began cultivating this season with much hope. It has been several months since they began cultivating, but their crops have fallen prey to the yellow spot disease. The paddy lands in the Madhukanda area in Vaunia suffers the same fate. This year, farmers cultivated 4,000 acres in the Madhukanda area during the Maha season, but the farmers point out that their crops have not grown properly. They say around 150 acres of the crop have been affected by the disease. Farmers are demanding a proper solution for this.
Shelter and food are two basic needs of all human beings. Finding these things for some people in our country is now very difficult. This is the situation of the people of Habarana, Thimbirigaswava Henyaya village, who make their ends meet from day jobs. About 75 families live in the Henyaya village in number 29 Thimbirigaswava, Habarana, Hinguragoda. These people make a living from daily work. But now these people point out that it is very difficult to find such and they are highly inconvenienced. The villagers request the attention of the authorities to provide relief for this problem. Vilpattu wildlife officials successfully rescued 4 wild elephants that had fallen into an agrarian well in Parakkaduwa, Vilpattu.
Villagers in Parakkaduwa had come across the 4 wild elephants that were struggling to come out of an agrarian well and then informed the wildlife officers of Vilpattu. The wildlife officials made great efforts to rescue the wild elephants. Bro! Our correspondent said that the rescued wild elephants were driven back into the Vilpattu National Park.
Here's more news in brief.
The Samudra Devi Express train derailed close to the Kalutara railway station on Saturday morning. Operations along the coastal route were delayed following the derailment. 2 people were seriously injured following a motor accident in Kottagala, Hatton. Police said that a lorry attempted to give way for a motorcycle, however, it fell into the Devon Falls. The injured were admitted to the Dikkoya Base Hospital. The Valana Anti-Vice Unit arrested 3 men for the possession of ancient artifacts believed to have been obtained while excavating for treasure. A gold bangle, small caskets, and several pieces of gold jewellery were seized from the possession of the suspect. Investigations have revealed that a retired soldier was heading the operation. The suspects will be produced to the Kalutara Magistrates Court.
In news overseas, the government of India has blocked access to a BBC documentary that alleges that Prime Minister Narendra Modi played a role in the 2002 anti-Muslim riots in Gujarat when he was Chief Minister of that state. The riots left over 1,000 people dead.
The BBC documentary alleges that Modi ordered police to turn a blind eye to the violence. Kanchan Gupta, senior advisor of India's Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, tweeted that the government used emergency powers to block videos and even tweets on social media. He added Facebook and Twitter have complied with an Indian government order to take down 50 posts which had links to the BBC documentary. The 2002 riots took place after 59 Hindus died in a fire on board a train. Modi was widely blamed for not bringing the riots under control faster and was banned from entering the United States until he became Prime Minister of India.
While Delhi residents woke up to another relatively warm day, a drop in the wind speed caused a sharp rise in pollution levels, engulfing the city in a smoky haze that left people gasping for air and pushed the city's air quality index to the severe category.
The Indian capital recorded a maximum temperature of 24 degrees Celsius on Sunday, 3 degrees above what is considered normal for this time of year, while the minimum temperature settled at 8.2 degrees Celsius, one notch above normal. Despite the spike in pollution, the Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR and adjoining areas, after calling an emergency meeting early in the day, said it has decided not to invoke measures under Stage 3 of the Graded Response Action Plan, as it said Sunday's conditions were an aberration and that forecasts have shown that air quality is likely to improve again from Monday. Forecasts of light rain in the city between Tuesday and Thursday, thanks to a western disturbance, may further bring down pollution levels.
The suspect in a deadly mass shooting at a Southern California dance studio on Saturday night died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound on Sunday morning.
The motive for the attack, which left 10 people dead and at least 10 injured, is still under investigation, law enforcement officials said at a press briefing on Sunday evening. Officials have identified the shooter as Hu Can Tran, a 72-year-old Asian man. The shooting took place outside Los Angeles in Monterey Park, California, a majority Asian American community once dubbed the first suburban Chinatown. Authorities said that after opening fire at one dance studio, the shooter appeared to have targeted a second dance venue in nearby Alhambra, California, another majority Asian American town, where he fled after 2 people were able to take his gun away from him.
At least 5 civilians were killed when members of the Al-Shabaab armed group set off a bomb and then stormed a government building in Somalia's capital.
The Ministry of Information says attackers from the group charged into the block that houses the office of Mogadishu's mayor around noon and engaged in a firefight with security forces. Security forces killed 6 members of the armed group and cleared the area by about 6 p.m. Al-Shabaab has stepped up attacks in a show of resilience since President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's government launched an offensive against the Al-Qaeda-linked group in August. 16 people were injured in the attack. The mayor's office is located in the local government headquarters building in a well-guarded area of Mogadishu. Al-Shabaab said in a statement that its bombers struck, then foot fighters entered the building after killing the building guards.
In sports news, Lanka emerged as the Sri Lankan badminton champion for the 2nd consecutive year at the 70th National Badminton Championship in Colombo when he won the men's open title. The 70th National and 38th Junior National Badminton Championship took place for 7 days straight in Colombo. Bhuwaneka Gunathilaka defeated the Pete Wright shuttler Viren Nethasinghe in 2 straight sets during the final to defend his crown. Ranit Maliyanage from Christchurch Girls College Babegama stunned Madhushika Beruwalage in straight sets to clinch her maiden Open national singles title. Over 1,500 shuttlers from the entire country participated in the 70th National and 38th Junior National Badminton Championship in a week-long competition. India put their women's under-19 T20 World Cup campaign back on track in Group 1 Super 6 stage with a commanding 7-wicket win against Sri Lanka on Sunday.
A 7-wicket defeat against Australia on Saturday, their bowlers gave in Sri Lanka under 19 to just 59 runs in the allotted 20 overs. India, after winning the toss, elected to bowl first and met with immediate success. The spinners took charge quickly and within no time Sri Lanka were charmed by their spell, with only captain Vishmi Gunaratne and Umaya Ratnayaka managing to score in double digits. India then scored the winning target in 7.2 overs, only losing skipper Shefali Verma, wicketkeeper Richa Ghosh and Shweta Sehrawat.
And that's a wrap of Lunchtime News. For all these stories and much more, you can visit our website, that is www.newsfirst.lk. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day ahead.